Good morning, students and parents. We're going to continue with our math in base 10. We're going to do some addition and subtraction, which is normally a very straightforward operation, but we're going to look at it from a viewpoint of using base 10. This is a little bit more abstract than using the base 10 blocks. We're going to use numbers and place values only, so it may be a little confusing, but this is giving students an opportunity to expand how they think about math. It's more important to think about math correctly than to just do an exercise that gets the solution. We want them to reason to the solution. So this is math base 10, M for math. This is the fifth week, and this is the third math video. So we're using the base 10 number system for all our operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and we may do a little division later on in the year. We're going to take these two numbers, 8,623, and we're going to spread them out into the thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. We also took 4,690 and we spread that out into the thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. And we're going to add these together. We're going to see what happens, and we're going to see if we can do the same thing we did with our base 10 blocks as we can duplicate with the operation of addition. So anytime you have 0, nothing, and another number for addition or subtraction is it doesn't change anything. I hope you understand the property of 0. 0 in addition doesn't change anything. It's nothing. So if we have nothing and we add that to 3, we still are going to get 3. Now here we have 9 tens and 2 tens. That makes 11 tens. So we're just going to write that down like this. Over here we have 6 hundreds and 6 hundreds. That makes 12 hundreds. And over here we have 8,000 and 4,000. That makes 12,000. So really the numbers you need to work with in addition are 1 through 20, because these numbers are never going to get larger than that. Now if you remember, we have to add some zeros to our thousands, some zeros to our hundreds, some zeros to our tens, and some zeros to our ones. Or, I'm sorry, we don't add any zeros to our ones. Our ones have no zeros. Our tens have 1 0, our hundreds have 2 zeros, and our thousands have 3 zeros. So just go ahead and follow along and copy this onto a clean sheet of paper. There's also a sample. So we're going to take this number now, and we've changed it into putting into our thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So remember, for our thousands, we have to add how many zeros? 3 zeros. So we're going to add 3 zeros. For our hundreds, we're going to add how many zeros? 2 zeros. So that's going to make that 1,000. Go ahead and include your commas after each hundred and thousands place value. This is 1,000. This comma represents the thousands when we say the word 200. This is 12,000. So we're using the same numbers we had when we began just adding these without adding the place values, these zeros. Same thing for the hundreds. Let's go to the tens. Our tens, we add 1 more. Now we're going to have to do some column addition for this to get our answers. That might be a little bit difficult, but it's going to be worth it. Let's put our 12,000 over here, our 1,200 over here, our 110 over here, and our 3 over here. These two answers should equal each other. So this I'm going to do the shortcut method, and this we're looking at how to explain how math works. So let's go ahead and add our 3's and our zeros. We already said that zeros, nothing added to 3 still gives you the same number. Here we have nothing added to 1. We have 2, we have 1 and 2 and nothing. That's going to be another 3. Here we have 2 and 1, that's 3. And here we have 1. So our sum, remember we call the results of adding a sum. So we did the same thing here. We added here. I'm going to add some addition marks between there. And then we add it this way as well. So you can see that the relationship between multiplication and addition is pretty similar. Now I'm going to do this the short method. You guys might already know how to do this. I'm going to take this one, and this one, and this one, and I'm going to, what we call, carry it over into the other place value. Let's start with the ones again. 3 and 0 is still 3. Now remember, 9 and 2 was 11. In the tens place, we had 11 tens. We can only put one digit under each number. One digit goes over each number. So if I'm going to do 11, I'm going to put one of my ones, this one here, under my tens place, and the other one of my ones, which is actually in the hundreds place over here. If we look real closely, this is in the hundreds place. I'm going to move that over to the hundreds. Now I'm going to add my 6 plus my 6 and this 1. So 6 plus 6, I know my doubles is 12, plus 1 is 13. Now I have 13 again. So I'm going to have to put one of my digits, the 3, in the hundreds place, and the 1 from the 1300s in the thousands place. Now I'm going to add these up. I got 8 and 9, and plus a 4 is 13. Or I could say my 4 plus my 1 is 5, plus my 8 is 13, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in there too. Did we get the same sums? Yes, we did. We got exactly the same sums doing all three of these different methods. So I'm going to give you some examples of what to calculate over here and some examples of what to calculate over here. And then you're going to have a worksheet that looks like this. This is actually this problem right here. And some of these examples you're going to use the base 10 method, and some of the examples you're going to use the shortcut method. On here you can use all shortcut method for your addition. Now I'm going to show you subtraction. I'm going to take this one here. We're going to do the same thing for subtraction and see how that turns out.